Hey everybody, Davies Tallow coming at you once again with another Rocky Mountain Rankings. And today we're going to be ranking the albums of a band that, basically calls their music pirate metal, but it's, heavy metal. And band is called Alestorm. Not Hailstorm, Alestorm, as in the drink. Band consisted of Christopher Bowes on lead vocals, Gareth Murdock on bass, Peter Alcorn on drums, Vernon Elliot on keyboards, and mate Bodor. I hope I pronounced that right. If not, apologize. On guitars. Band has gone through a number of personnel changes with Christopher Bowes, the only original member that's left on the band as of today. But they've got so far they've got 6 albums out. They got a 7th coming out. Let's see here. Yeah, January 16th they announced they're going into the studio to record their 7th album. And when I read the title of the album, I got a good chuckle, because it's hark back to Iron Maiden album, 7th rum of a 7th rum. So, and it doesn't surprise me, especially after their last album drew upon the Indiana Jones movie called Curse of the Crystal Skull. Well, Curse of the Crystal Coconut. So anyway, should be released by June 24th of this year, but we'll see. We all know that these things tend to get pushed back, depending on various factors, whether somebody's wife got pregnant at a certain time, or whether the President of the United States is a doofus, whatever. So anyway, so we'll see what happens there. But anyway, let's get on with this rankings of their albums. For those who don't know how this works, I start out with my least favorite and work up to my favorite. Just because it's my least favorite doesn't mean I don't like it. It just means I don't reach for it as much as the others. So let's get this ball a rolling here. Start out number 6, released May 26, 2017. It's the first album to feature Matt Bodor. God, I wish I knew how to pronounce that. It looks like Mate Bodor. That's how I'm going to say it. If that's wrong, I apologize. But it's the first one that feature him. Of course, I'm talking about No Grave But the Sea. Decent album, but I don't know, it's just, for some reason, it's lacking to me. It starts out good with No Grave at the Sea. It goes in Mexico, which is all right. Two Ends of the World's all right. Self-titled song, Alestorm, Bar und im Bliss. Then goes to this song with a very questionable title. Very questionable. Don't like it. Don't like the title. Don't like the song. It's expletive with an anchor. Let's put it that way. This is close to I'm going to say what it is. I know there's a lot of people that, oh, Davies, go ahead and just say it. Well, I'm not going to. I'd like to keep this show family friendly. So we'll call it expletive with an anchor. You know who if you know the song, then you don't need to hear that word. Pele potion's okay. Matt with Man the Pumps, Raise of the Pentahook. All right. Then it ends with a epic Treasure Island. Decent songs. I don't know. I just don't reach for this as much. Now this has got a bonus disc, and that was quite interesting to hear what it was. So I put that on first because it's called "No Grave But the Sea for Dogs." And then, okay, so I put it on, and instead of Chris singing, you got dog singing. Except they're, it's barking. I'm like, who the hell wants to hear this? I mean, I'm sorry, but no. I've listened to that once. I refuse to download that onto my computer. So anyway, we got some pictures here. There's Christopher Bowes, the mastermind. Mate Bodor. There's the whole band. Braver Than I can't even go underneath, put my head into the water. I get claustrophobia. So if I ever had to swim for it and I had to go into water, I'd be doomed. There's Gareth, Murdock, Vernon, Elliot, and last but not least, Peter Alcorn. And like I said, it's a decent album, but I just have not been able to get into it. So, but still, check it out. It might be for you, but not really for me. So that's number 6. No Grave But the Sea. Okay, this next one, decent album. It just like with no grave but the sea. I put it on. I just don't grab me as much. Excuse me. Of course, I will say one thing for Alestorm albums. I've yet to see a bad cover. All their covers are top notch, front to back. I mean, that's awesome. Even the interior art, very well done. So yeah, Christopher Bowes knows how to get quality covers, artwork for the band's albums. Released June 6, 2011 on Napalm Records. First recording featured Gareth Murdock on bass and Peel Alcorn on drums. Because I'm talking about Back Through Time. Let's look at that cover. Excellent. Even the back ones. Great. In fact, when I say that, I just, it's, yeah. Good album. Just not as strong as the ones that are to come. I don't know if it's just, oh yeah, here we go. There's the band. That's Danny Evans, Peter, Chris, and of course Gareth over here. Starts out strong. with Back Through Time, good song. Basically, talk about how they go back through time to fight the Viking foe. And what's really interesting is them and I think it's who was it? Tyr? Oh no! I take that back. Not Tyr. It was Teresa's. Teresa did a song where they're hunting. It's called "Hunting Pirates." So Chris comes back with Back Through Time to hunt the Viking foe. Of course, they're good band banter, back and forth. They're fans of each other. In fact, if you get a chance to check out Teresa's, do so. They haven't put out an album since 2013. I'm hoping they're going to put out one. I hope nothing's happened to them. But we'll see. I mean, it'll be 10 years next year since they put out an album. But anyway, this is good song. Good album. Shipwreck's good. The Sunken Norwegian, love it. Midget Saw, love it. Buckfast, Power Smash, love it. Then it kind of starts going down a little bit. Scraping the Barrel song that Chris came up with after somebody told him, well, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel on pirate songs here. I don't think you'll be able to do much more. But of course, we see that he's still going strong. Rum's good. Swashbuckle's all right. Then you got probably the shortest metal song ever made. Rumpled Combo. 7 seconds in length. If you don't pay attention, you'll miss it. Then we got Barrett's Privateers, which features Harry Johansson of Tyr. Another great band. We'll cover that. I'll be covering them sometime down the road. Not a big fan of that song, but Harry does a great guitar solo. Death Throes of the Terror Squid. Power Squid. Death Throes of the Terror Squid. Good song. Then they got some. Mine doesn't have these songs. I Am a Cider Drinker, and You Are a Pirate. I am a cider drinker, and you're a pirate. Interesting. Haven't heard those ones, but oh no, decent album, but not one of their stronger ones. This is their third album, so they started out strong. They kind of dipped down a little bit with this, but kind of came back. So anyway, number 5, Back Through Time. Okay. Few bands start out strong. Usually their first album, kind of decent in a way, but few bands hit it right out of the park right off. I mean, I've noticed with a lot of my favorite bands, their first two or three albums, they're kind of feeling their way, trying to hone their sound. Good example is Yes. You go back and listen to their first 2 albums, sound nothing like what Yes has become. I mean, they're just short, basically hit single stuff. Then you get to the third album, the Yes album. They're starting to get their sound. And by their 5th and 6th, they're there. Then you got bands like Alestorm here. they know what they want their sound to be like. They know what the songs are supposed to be. Of course, I give it right away. The first number 3, or I'm sorry, number 4, Captain Morgan's Revenge. Like I said, a strong album. I mean, this was released back in 2008. Very few albums or bands can do this. Starts out strong, hits it out of the park. Over the Seas, and it hits, goes right to Captain Morgan's Revenge, then Huntmaster. Not a big fan of that one. Nancy the Tavern Winch, fantastic song. Death Before the Mask, great. Terror in the High Seas. Set Sail and Conquer, Of Treasure, Winches and Mead, and then kind of lays an egg on the last song, Flower of Scotland. Cover. I'm sorry, but Christopher Bowes trying to sing that song just does not work. I'm sorry, but I can't remember the last time I heard that song. I listened to it. I haven't heard it since I first played it, I think. But the rest of the album, decent, very strong. Got them established right off the bat. If you haven't heard this album, check it out. If you haven't heard this band, check it out. They're great in concert. I haven't seen them personally in concert. Yeah, I'll get it out there eventually. Personally in concert, but I've seen them on live videos, and they're just fantastic. So, anyway, that's number 4, Captain Morgan's Revenge. Okay, this next one, number 3, was going to be my number 2. But at the last minute, I was listening to it again, and I decided to switch it around. But by no means does it mean that it's a terrible album. All these albums are great. This, I just think that when I decided to put number 2 is just a little bit better. So anyway, released May 29th, 2020 on Napalm Records. Recorded in Thailand, which is kind of odd. But talking about, of course, Curse of the Crystal Coconut. That album, or that record title that's taken the play off of Indiana Jones, Curse of the Crystal Skull. Great album. I said it was almost my number 2. And who knows, down the road, could be my number 1. But right now, it's number 3. Starts out strong as usual. Treasure Chest, Party Quest, great. Goes into Fanny Boss, great. Chomp Chomp is okay. Tortuga, love it. Tortuga! Love that song. Zombie Ate My Pirate Ships, all right. I think that's Chomp Chomp and Zombie, 2 of the reasons why I lowered this down to 3. Called Away is great. Pirate Scorn's good. Another song, this is the other. This one's not as bad as the one off of No Grave at the Sea, but S-Boat, No Fans. I could have done without that. I'm sorry. Another reason why I lowered it. Pirate Metal Drinking Cruise, great. And you got Wooden Leg Part 2, The Woodening. We'll get to. This is a much lower version of Wooden Leg Part 1, which wasn't Wooden Leg Part 1, it was Wooden Leg. So, and then it ends with Henry Martin, another traditional song. Good song. But all in all, good solid album. And right now it's number 3. It could raise in my views someday, but let's see here if we got. There's Christopher. Mate Bodor. Whole band together. Gareth. We got Vernon here trying like it looks like he's trying to be Captain or Barbosa or what? Is that how you pronounce it? Barbosa. Then you got Peter Barbosa. Yeah. Okay. On to number 2 and number 1. Okay, number 2. I believe this is the first album I ever heard by these guys. I could be wrong, but little history on my dealing with or discovering these guys. Christopher Bowes has another band called Glory Hammer, and I was going through, surfing YouTube one night and come across their album, their debut album, Tales from the Kingdom of Fife. I thought that's a very interesting album title. Very interesting album cover. I mean, like I said, there's no bad album covers with Alestorm. There's no bad album covers with Glory Hammer either. They're all classic album covers. So I checked it out. Fell in love with Glory Hammer. Did a little research on the band. Found that's how I found Alestorm. And I'm 99% sure I listened to this album. Just least on where is it? 2000, May 27, 2009. Coming at number 2, Black Sails at Midnight. Awesome album. This is going to be my number 3, but then I listened to it again, and it just solid album. Took me back to when I first heard it. That very first night I discovered these guys. Starts out with the West, fantastic. Leviathan, Leviathan, and the famous Old Spice, another great drinking song. Keel Hall, great. To the Ends of Our Days, it's okay. Black Sails at Midnight, awesome. It's another hit out of the park. No Quarters, great. Pirate Song is okay. Chronos of Vengeance, good. Wolves of the Sea. Pirates of the Sea cover. Another song that's reason why it's keeping this out of number one spot. Not a big fan. And we got one that has a bonus track. P is for Pirate. I haven't heard that one. I guess it was on iTunes exclusive. So anyway, let's see here. Open this up. Don't you just love trying to get these booklets out of these CDs? I wish they'd make it better. Let's see. There's the band. believe this is when Gareth Murdock didn't play on this album. He joined the band right before they put it out. So that's why he's on the picture, group picture here. Christopher Bowes, Ian Wilson was on drums, and Denny Evans played bass and guitar. But just solid pirate metal, heavy metal, whatever you want to call it. Trying to get these things back in the case is just about as bad as getting them out. But another great cover. So the back. I mean, one thing, even if Alestorm put out a horrible album, horrible songs for a record album, that'd still be known for great album cover. You know what I mean. So anyway, that's my number 2. Now, if you're an Alestorm fan, you know what number 1 is. So let's get. And I guess I shouldn't hit pause before I stop talking. Okay, number 1, released August 1st, 2014 on Napalm Records. Band's first album featured new permanent band member Elliot Vernon on keyboards. He joined during the previous tour. This is also the last one with original guitarist or original member Denny Evans, who started playing a bass. In fact, who was they had another guitarist. Who was that? They didn't show in their Captain Morgan's Revenge. Yeah, Danny started out with bass, and then Gavin Harper. Yeah. Right, there's the original members right there. So anyway, Gavin Harper left by the second album, and so had their drummer. And then Danny left. So basically, after Sunset on the Golden Age, which is number 1, of course. That leaves Christopher Bowes, the sole remaining original member. Why that is, I have no idea. Maybe Chris Bowes is a hard taskmaster, who knows, but this is a fantastic album. Not a bad song on here. I mean, it's just front to back, 100% heavy driving metal. Starts out with Walk the Plank and goes right into Drink. And Magnetic North, it's fantastic. 1741, the Battle of Cartagena. I mean, there's one spot on that song where Chris Bowes goes, man the cannons, and at my command, unleash hell. And he goes, fire, and you hear these cannons go off. And I always pictured that, the band being between two pirate ships with these cannons pointed at each other. And then Christopher Bowes says, fire, and they both go off, and it'd be just so awesome. Pyrotechnics going everywhere, the ship's blowing up, not literally, but, But then that song goes to Mead from Hell. Fantastic. And Surf Squid Warfare. Another strong song. I mean, just where he comes up with these titles, I have no idea. Quest for Ships, great. Wooden Leg, the precursor of Wooden Leg Part 2, the woodening. Wooden leg, I've got a wooden leg, wooden arm. And then it ends with Hangover. Cover song, but awesome cover. I've got a hangover. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been drinking too much for sure. I know how that goes. But then it ends with Sunset on the Golden Age. Fantastic ender. Then you got, see, Japanese, I guess a Japanese version has these two additional songs, Oceans of Treasure and Rumpa Combo Part 3. I don't think I've heard Part 2. Anyway, this one's got the bonus disc in it, which has got, it's called Rum Plugged, basically acoustic versions of Over the Seas, Nasty Tavern Wench, Keel Hauled, The Sucking Norwegian, Shipwrecked, Questing Upon the Poop Deck. No, I'm not a big fan of that. There's one bad song on here. It's that. I just do not like that song. Anyway. There's Peter, Gareth. Guys look like they've been out drinking all night. Vernon, Elliot Vernon. Danny. And of course, Mr. Feet. Lafitte. Christopher Rose Lafitte. I'm sorry, Chris, but I could do without your feet in the picture. There's the band together doing some sort of pie rating pirates. Pie rating pirates. There you go. So that's pretty funny. But yeah, there you go. Number 1, Sunset on the Golden Age. But anyway, let me know how you rate your albums of Alestorm. Great metal band, great pirate metal band. If you've never seen it or never heard of them or heard their songs, check them out. Check them out live. I haven't seen them live. I've seen them live on video, and they're just great. Christopher Bowes and the crew, they're awesome. But anyway, let me know how you rate your comments. I'd love to see them. Please subscribe. It doesn't cost you a thing to subscribe. I think a lot of people think it does, but it doesn't. It's all free. Please like the video. That'd be great. But I would really appreciate it. Subscribe. You can always change your mind later. I know I'm not the most charismatic or charismatic. Can't say it. Good grief. Best speaker in the world. But I try. That's all we can do in this life is try. But anyway, also hit the notification bell. I'll let you know when I have another video out. And Anyway, I hope you have all a great week. I hope my week goes better than last week. Last week kind of was all right, but we'll see. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you again sometime.